Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Liz. Today I want to share with you guys things that I do to maintain my figure, my body, my shape, my everything, all of the above. So I have 6 tips for you guys that will change your life. They are very sustainable, they are realistic, and they are the perfect way for you to go about your fitness journey. I officially started my fitness journey back in late March of 2020, and now it's been roughly around 9 months or so. And ever since I started to incorporate these tips that I'm about to show you into my life changed. Just like how yours will too. Let me just show you what I mean here. So this is a before picture of how I look like. As you can see, I look kind of bloated, a little bit puffy. I wasn't the most confident about my body, and I just had such a bad relationship with my body and with food, and it was just a hard time mentally because it was just so draining. I just wanted a happy relationship with my body. So in late March, I started to incorporate these tips into my life, and they seriously changed my life. So this is how I currently look like. As you can see, I am a lot toner. I have definition in my abs. I feel a lot stronger. I have such a good relationship with my body and with food. Like, I cannot even describe to you how relieved I am to finally feel so good about my body and to love her, you know? And to get to the place that I am today, I had to shift my entire paradigm on fitness and health. Like everything. I erased all the knowledge that I had before because they were not working, and I created this whole new system, a whole new map. Instead of focusing on the numbers and the validation that will come from it, I seriously just focused on how I felt and if what I was doing or eating made me feel good. I only cared about feeling good, like that's it. And that shift in my mindset shifted everything else, and it was just such an amazing experience, and I grew so much from it, physically and mentally. So without further ado, I am going to share with you 6 sustainable tips that will help you maintain your fitness and health journey. Oh, before we get started, I need to remind you guys about something that's super important. You cannot expect change without changing. So keep that in mind. Whatever you're doing right now, if it's not working, stop it, drop it, and just focus on these 6 tips because they will help you change. And I promise you, they will help you so much because they help me, and I just want to share with you guys and hopefully help you guys in some way to also have a healthy and beautiful relationship with your body and food, because it is such just a loving feeling. It's warm, it's cozy, it feels good. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just get into it. What am I saying? Okay, for our first tip, which I think is probably the most important one I'm going to share with you today, and it's very simple: finding balance. Balance is just such an important part of health and fitness. You have to find that perfect balance where it's sustainable. And let me just elaborate a little bit more. I get so many questions about how do I stop eating junk food completely? How do I cut out junk food from my life? How do I never eat unhealthy foods ever again? So it's a lot of I never want to eat this, blah, 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 because it's unhealthy. I personally do not think that is the right way to ever approach fitness and health. It's all about finding balance, aka all in moderation. So what has helped me the most to really just maintain my figure is that I live with balance. Maintaining itself is all about balance. Like, that's what maintaining is, finding that right balance, the balance that is sustainable for you and that will work for you in the long term. So that's what balance is, all in moderation. You should never eat junk food or never have unhealthy foods, like those kind of things, because it's not sustainable and that's not balance. And for me, balance is just so important and it has helped me so much. So I really want you guys to understand the importance of balance. Let me just use myself as an example for you guys. I literally eat anything that I want. I get to eat whatever I want because I don't restrict myself from certain food groups. I just find that perfect balance where I get to have these desserts, these sweets, these junk foods, but I can also maintain my body because I am eating the right foods too, like wholesome foods and all of that. So it's really just about understanding and finding that balance, and balance is your best friend when you want to have a sustainable lifestyle and to maintain your progress. And before we get into our next point, I am going to eat my avocado toast with eggs because I am a little hungry and your girl cannot go on if I don't have food in my system. So I'll see you soon. Let me cut this bad boy up. So tip number 2, get your macronutrients in. Okay, although I do not recommend calorie counting because I don't do it, but if you do, that's fine too. I just don't. It just does not work for me. But I do recommend you to get your recommended calorie intake calculated. So it's not calorie counting because calorie counting, that's kind of something you would do on a regular basis. Calculating your recommended calorie intake is more about just having a better understanding of how much you should be consuming. And that's like a rough idea, right? You don't have to follow it exactly. Let me just show you how it's done. I'll pull up my laptop here. So there are many websites and apps that can do this for you. You just need to fill in your current weight, your height, your age, your goal, and how active you are. And you just go ahead and calculate your recommended calorie intake. I personally like using the app Lifesum. This is not sponsored, obviously, but if you want to sponsor me Lifesum, you should. But yes, I personally like using their calculations. It'll calculate your goal weight and it'll give you a rough idea of how much you should be consuming. And also it shows you the amount of macronutrients that you should be consuming too. So it's perfect. You get the macronutrients and also you get your calorie intake recommendation. You just need to do this once. That's it. You have this rough idea of how much you should be consuming, and it's really all you need. You can go ahead and calculate how many macronutrients you need to consume to reach this calorie intake, at the same time reaching your carbs, fat, and protein recommendation. And if this sounds too much for you right now, you're like, what? There's so many numbers, so much to calculate. Don't you worry. I never calculated anything. Never. No calculation, no math for me. I simply just took the time to understand the nutrition facts for the food that I would usually eat and that are pretty essential in my diet, and from there I just kind of estimated how much I was consuming, and I never did like the accurate thing. I just freaking lived the way that I wanted to live, and that way was not counting. If it sounds a little intimidating for you at first and you're like, this is a lot of counting, don't you worry. Just get a basic understanding of the foods that you're consuming, the nutritional facts. It gets easier as time goes on. You kind of know how to estimate the foods that you eat, and from then on the ball just gets rolling, and you don't have to really worry about this calorie number because you're just making an estimate, and that is a really good way to maintain your figure in your body and to maintain a healthy balance. That's what we want balance. So a quick recap before we go into our third tip. Get your calorie intake calculated, and from there you can go ahead and just understand the foods that are quite essential in your diet, and over time you're going to be able to just basically estimate. It's going to get easier, I swear. If I can do it, you can do it too. It's all about finding that perfect balance of happiness, of health. That was a hefty tip. So the next tip is going to be a very important one and a very fun one. Let's go. You want to come here? Ah, look, it's mochi. Oh, your shirt's open. Did you get bigger? Your shirt doesn't even fit anymore? Oh, you're so cute. Good boy. This is the next tip, and it's a fun one. Switch things up. Switch up your workouts, switch up the meals, switch up everything. Just go out and be creative and have fun with your workouts and your meals. Don't just keep eating the same foods, the same salad, the same meals every single day. Go out there, have fun, be creative, make some new meals, try new things. It'll help you a lot during your fitness journey and make things just so much better and interesting and just more fun. And same with your workouts. I personally don't think that it's a good idea to do the same workouts every single day, which is also why I make different weekly workout schedules for you guys to follow, and I share them on my Instagram at @elizvichu every single Sunday if you are ever curious in following the workout plans. But yeah, I switch them up. I think that is the best way to maintain your body, is to just try new things. You can, if you want to, stick to the same foods if you're okay with that, but workout wise, I highly recommend you guys to switch things up so your body gets a different type of motion and exercise every single day rather than doing the same thing over and over again, and you're eventually going to hit a plateau and not see results. And it's just not the most effective way to work out. So switch it up, have fun, follow different workout videos. Don't keep doing the same thing. You can always come back to it, but just not the best idea to do the same workout every single day. And for food wise, I just think it's fun to switch up your meals and to switch up the things you eat. For example, I cook a lot with my mom, so every single day is something different. Except for breakfast, I always have my oatmeal for breakfast, almost every single morning. Other than oatmeal though, I do switch up my lunch and my dinners and my snacks very often. I'm always just trying new things, eating new foods, finding new recipes, and having fun. Like, you should be having fun when you're doing this fitness journey. And he's so darn cute. You love me? Look at me. Look at me if you love me. Look at me. I know you're tired. I'm sorry. I know you're tired. He's a little sleepy right now because he followed me downstairs when he was taking a nap. You didn't have to follow me. But yeah, just switch it up, guys. It makes things so much better. Makes it interesting. You can get creative. You can get fun. You can get spicy. Okay. Oh, you're cold, baby? Oh, you're cold? Alright, on to our next tip after I put his clothes on. Alright, let's go. This one is so serious, my hair needs to go for it, alright? Okay, tip number 4. This one is very important, and I say it so much in my videos. And if you can guess it, comment down below because I think you'll know. Never restrict. I'm just kidding, I'm being so dramatic, like why? Never restrict. Like, please, you do not need to set so many rules and so many labels on the thing you eat and the way that you eat. It's so unnecessary. Like, you really do not need to do that. Just think about it. The times that you have restricted yourself, was it ever sustainable? Is there a lifestyle that you really want to live forever to restrict yourself from so many delicious and yummy foods? Like, I don't think so. And if you do, think again. Let me change your mind, and let me just show you how it is so possible to never restrict and to look your best, to feel your best, and to eat all the food you want, because it's very possible. When you restrict yourself, you are basically setting a lot of rules for yourself, a lot of labels, a lot of regulations, a lot of control. And to maintain that control and to follow these rules, you need to practice self-discipline. And your discipline is always on a high. You always have to discipline yourself to not eat blah blah because it's bad for you. You're gonna eventually crack because discipline is a muscle and it needs to take a break. You cannot always be on this hyper mode about discipline and not eating and being restricted. I don't want you guys to restrict yourself and not eat the foods that you want because it's so painful. I've been there, I've done that. I used to restrict all the time, and during that time I was the unhealthiest and I was the unhappiest with my body and the way that I looked and the way that I felt. I just had such a horrible relationship with my body and my food. I'm here to tell you to not do that, to not make the same mistake that I did, because it's really unnecessary. You don't need to restrict yourself. Do not label food as good or bad. Just see food as food. Like, literally, an apple is just a food. A big fat brownie is just food. They're all just food. They're not good or bad. And this leads into my next tip, which is tip number 5. Just see food as food. For our 5th tip, I have examples here. I have, he keeps falling. Hello, you have to do your job. You better stop falling, I'm gonna eat you. For our 5th tip, I have a bowl of apples, and of course, we have almond butter in here. It would be a crime for me to not have almond butter. And we also have gummy bears. They're so cute. I'm using them as an example to show you guys what I mean, because I think a visual guide will give you guys a better idea of what I'm trying to convey here. Just see food as food. Liz, what do you mean? There are definitely, what do you mean, Liz? There are obviously bad food and good food. That is not the mindset I want you guys to have when you are in your fitness journey, because this is going to be with you for the rest of your life, and I want you to start off strong with a strong mindset. Mental fitness, everyone. Go check out my video if you have not yet, because it will help you so much. When you see a bowl of apples, people usually associate that with healthiness, with health, with wholesome foods and that is good for you, blah blah blah. And it's true, apples are good for you, of course all in moderation. If you eat like tons of apples, that's a lot of sugar. While on the other side, there are unhealthy foods that includes junk food, snacks, processed foods, sweets, desserts. In our case, gummy bears. They're just so darn cute. Like, do you see them? So yeah, like you kind of get what I mean. These are technically the bad ones and this is the good one because this is more healthy. Society says it's good for you. Society says that candy is bad for you. All these negative things that we always hear about eating bad food. But I want you guys to stop labeling food as good and bad. Just see food as food. And here's the thing, instead of saying, oh, this is good for you or this is bad for you, think about how nutritious the food is for you. So how much nutrients will this bowl of apples bring to you? And how much nutrients will these gummy bears bring you? How will it make you feel overall and for your long-term goal? But also keep in mind, it's not only about health and how it's going to make you look. So let's say one day that you're just feeling really down, you want to eat a snack or whatever food to make you feel better, and you're choosing between, let's just say these two, right? You're like, okay, yeah, apples, I like apples, they make me feel good, bring me a lot of nutrients, but eating gummy bear will make me so happy and just so content with life in the moment and just pick me up a little bit. Then just go ahead and eat the gummy bear. If you know it's gonna make you feel good, it's going to make you so happy, then go ahead and eat what makes you freaking happy, because at the end of the day, your happiness is number one priority. Doesn't matter the way you look, blah blah, all these things. If you're happy, that's all that matters. So yes guys, please just see food as food. It's nothing else than just food. Do not label it good or bad. Just see it as how nutritious it is for you. Will it make you feel good? Will it make you happy? And just go from there. Change that mindset where you have to label these foods, because you don't need to. Just like how we don't need to label people. That goes the same for food too. Just don't label. Last but not least, for tip number 6, please just be nice to yourself. I want you guys to say something nice to yourself every single day, every hour. I don't know, just look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of who you are. Tell yourself that you are freaking beautiful, because you are. I just want you to be nice to yourself. Being kind to yourself, being your own cheerleader and supporter is going to make this whole process, this whole journey so much easier. It's just so much more fun. Like, you get to be your own best friend and you get to have a personal cheerleader on your side every single day, every single second of the freaking day. And who doesn't want that? Before, I used to be so mean to myself and my body. I would say the meanest things, call myself fat, unworthy, like no one will like you, you can't wear a bikini because you have a belly pooch, or just these things. Like, I cannot believe that I would say these things to myself. And if you do the same, please just stop. Like, you don't need to be your own bully. We should be our own supporter and our own lovers, you know? And just thinking about the way that I used to treat myself gets me very emotional every single time I think about it, because damn, why was I like that? Like, please, why are you like that? Do not be mean to yourself. Be kind, say beautiful things to yourself. I don't need to explain to you why you should be telling yourself beautiful things, because it should be that way. Like, that's what you deserve, right? That's what we all deserve. This 6th tip, this last tip, I just want you guys to leave with it, imprint it into your mind, to be kind to yourself and just be your number one best friend. Like, just be your own lover. You need to love yourself, and by being your number one cheerleader, by being your own supporter, you're gonna go a long way with your fitness and health journey. Instead of saying just so many negative things to yourself, just be kind, say beautiful things, be nice to yourself, be positive, and tell yourself how amazing you are, how your legs are not fat, they are strong, they carry you to places, or that your arms are not flappy, they are beautiful, they are elegant, they help you brush your hair, do your makeup, they help you eat your food. Like, all these things, you just need to shift your mindset. Stop saying mean things to yourself. Just be grateful that you have your beautiful body. It's a special bond between you and your body, and you should really cherish that and maintain that. You and your body, your soul and mind, are gonna be together for the rest of your life, so you might as well love them to the end of time. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoy this video, and will find these 6 tips very helpful. They are very sustainable and will definitely help you maintain this healthy and happy way of living for a long time. And that is our goal here. Long term is always what we want. Before we go, I do want to remind you guys what I said in the beginning of the video. You cannot expect change if you do not change. So to see the change that you want in your body, in your mind, in your soul, you're going to have to change the way that you live and the way that you approach life. And please do not be afraid of change. Change is a wonderful thing. You can grow so much from it. If your current approach to fitness and health is not working and it hasn't been working for a long time, even though you try again and again, that says something. It means that it's not working and it's okay for you to change another way. And I hope these tips will help you and encourage you to do that, because if it's possible for me, it's 100% possible for you. Anyone can do it, and I just want you guys to believe in yourself and to trust the process. I have a couple of videos coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that. They are also about the topic of maintaining and sustaining this lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye. Boom. It matches my shirt. Oh my god, my lips are so dry this whole time I've been filming. Oh man, that's not good. Nobody wants to see us together. Good.